Hope you're a fan of IPAs, because this week gets to start off on a sour note. Would you believe that in addition to messing up the initial figure so bad that most copies break just out of the box, that Hasbro has been unable to effectively replace the figure for anyone? So you may notice that in this replacement package, the only thing that you receive is the front cap, which would be okay if Hasbro requested just the front cap back from the people who bought it. But I was one of the unlucky many. You know what? I don't even know if I was unlucky. I don't know what there was no standardized response to the issue. Some people were told to send back just the cab. Some people, like me, were told to send back the cab and the rest of Optimus's accessories. Some people were told to send back the whole thing. Some people were told to keep the whole thing. They'd never had an idea what was going on, what to do. And since I was one of the people who sent back the full Optimus, the replacement, quote unquote, that I got was this. And according to this initial report, this was about a week ago, the slider was fixed. It was supposedly all fixed, but we'll find out later that that might not be the case. I don't think I need to tell you that this entire situation is unacceptable. Their response / lack of response has been unacceptable. The complete lack of information they've given to their customer service people, it's unacceptable, and I feel terrible for them. I'm considering making an entire video talking about the Haslab Omega Prime situation, because it's just such a cavalcade of poor decisions, poor communication, terrible quality control, design flaws, laziness. It is so stupid. In brighter news, there's Zuru Transformers Gummy Yum Surprise Candy now. Oh, do you get to dig a little Optimus? Do you get to dig a little Transformer out of it? They even have a chase. What does it taste like, I wonder? The fruity candy strips, and you peel them off and you get a plastic egg, and it can have 1 of 9 figures. That's cute. Maybe I'll taste test one of them, assuming they're like under $5. Yeah, so here's the fun thing, is that they didn't retool anything. They did the community fix. Instead of producing a new part, which they should have done, they just sanded down the old part. Not very well, it looks like. No new tooling, and apparently I'm still gonna have to do surgery on it myself. Yep, sanded at the factory, not very well done, and it still contains this little notch up here, which was part of the problem. So if you get your replacement Optimus, disassemble it, do the community fix. Hasbro is not going to fix it themselves. It is hilariously unacceptable. Been a great wake-up call, though. I think I convinced myself that Pulse was okay for what it was. Pay $50 a year, you don't have to pay for shipping. You get more than 10 orders in a year, which I obviously do, and it pays for itself. But I'm never buying Pulse Premium again. The only thing I will ever buy from Pulse again is exclusives that they don't disseminate anywhere else, which unfortunately a couple were announced this week. But yeah, BBTS, Walmart, Target, I'll take anything over them. Absolutely unacceptable. Oh, the Defenders. Every single wave comes closer to lulling me in, to drawing me in. Is this a variant, or is it just an alt head? Surely this would be like one of the chase figures, right? Regardless, he's the absolute cutest Jetfire I've ever seen. I can't see the stars, etc. Cozy little Galvatron, so now you got the whole trio. Yeah, I still don't understand why they did not give Scourge his facial hair. This feels so wrong. Cyclonus looks good, though. Pretty sure he's new for this wave also. Shattered Glass. A little bit of a reflector. I wonder if you're just gonna have to get 3 of these, or if they're gonna release the left and right sides as like slightly tooled differently. Maybe different facial expressions. Obviously, they don't all need to have the camera part in the center. Lots of Shattered Glass I'm noticing in Galaxy Defender. Oh my goodness, and we get a roller. Is there a way to get the individual ones? Yes. Okay, so it looks like for the older weight, wow, that's pretty reasonable. I know they're tiny, but maybe I will indulge in a little bit of this. Will not do Completionist. Really hope that doesn't age poorly. But some of these are just so cute. I'd love to have a Pocket Thundercracker. And from the new wave, I could definitely see myself grabbing Roller. Onslaught and Swindle are tempting, which would, of course, mean I gotta get the Brawl too. It just never stops. It never ends. Special Armor Galvatron. That looks pretty nice. A little bit of a Scowl, some blast effect parts. I don't know if this sword's from anything in particular, but it looks good. You could count me in for Roller if I see it for like $5, and then maybe the Combaticons. Oh, he's so tiny too. Get away from it. Stop looking at it. the Prime Day deals were absolute garbage. The only one that was worth anything was the Bludgeon and Ruckus 2-pack. It was $26.99, but I woke up at like 8:30 that day and it was already sold out. So everything else is marginal. $10 off. The one I was really hoping for was the Spinister and Topspin, but that wasn't even $8 whole off, so nothing good there. Although Walmart did have some pretty spicy Cyberworld deals, which you might see in an upcoming discount dive. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Some more stock images for the Age of the Prime stuff. I don't think there's any new information here. Blastoff does look gorgeous. The more I see of Quintus, the more I am not excited for him. Just so much clear plastic. His legs are completely clear plastic. I've lost a lot of confidence improvements in the primes. So many of them have been middling to actively bad. And my two least favorite things in modern Transformers are clear plastic and rubbery plastic, and he is like 50% those things, so not too excited for this. Yeah, not much new here. So it went up for pre-order, $175. That feels a little egregious for how old, when did the original come out? 2013. Yeah, 12 years ago. So they are asking for $175 for a 12-year-old mold with some new paint splashed on it. I think that's a little bit much. My good friend Tony, though, was able to find an import company that had it on discount for some reason. So the final price I was able to get from them shipped was just under $150. I have the order open. It was a pay later situation. I don't know if I'm gonna go through with it, but it is nice to have the option. $150 feels more reasonable. I feel like $125 would have been a fair price for this, but I don't know. We'll see if I actually end up getting it. Oh yeah, these went up for pre-order. I did pre-order them. I'm so excited for them. I'm all in on the Retro Deluxes. They're so cute. I don't believe there was anything new for the Hasbro booth. As much as the Lio Kaiser set does look gorgeous. Oh, okay, a little bit hollow. Does he not have wrists? Does he not have wrists? No, he has wrists. It's tilted. It is difficult for me to be excited about this. Honestly, considering contacting customer care to just cancel my Haslab backing entirely. I have so little faith in it as a concept now. Brawl, thank goodness, has a waist swivel. I don't know if it was just me who thought it, but I was under the impression that he didn't for some reason. And that head sculpt looks gorgeous. I love the greebling. I love the texture on his mask. I'm so excited. And I've seen people kind of turning on the Seeker, saying it doesn't look very good, especially now. I'm very much not a Hasbro shill. I am not afraid of being critical of them, but look at this. You think this is not better than the Earthrise mold? You think this is just a remold of Earthrise? You're cooked. Where's your sense of joy and whimsy? Where's your appreciation for the finer things? Because this is, oh, my light piping. Oh, it's a clear block and then they painted, oh. I like that thing that they're doing lately. I think it's like dyeing clear plastic, where the sprue will not be a specific color of clear plastic, it will just be translucent. They did it for the Deluxe G1 Optimus, and it looks like they're doing it here too. So he has the clear plastic block and then the eyes are painted red. Gorgeous. So happy to have light piping. And then clear plastic canopy and it's painted orange or dyed orange, whatever. I don't know the intricacies, but whatever it is, I'm a fan of it. And I am such a fan of this. It looks perfect. Oh my goodness. I don't know what else you could ask for in a Seeker. Same with Soundwave. Again, lots of negative reception and I just don't get it. He looks perfect. Oh, it was so nice to be on the fence about this and immediately be vindicated for deciding not to get it. Because first of all, it released only for Pulse Premium members, and instead of it being like, oh, in 3 hours everyone else can get it, no, you gotta wait till November if you're a commoner such as us. So that already put me off, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't really want it. But cool reports have been in that apparently it will shatter immediately at the slightest pressure. One of the legs on, I think, what is this, sonar, just breaks immediately. Is at least the third report of this happening, so probably a design flaw. And if there's one thing that we've learned from the Haslab situation, they will not fix a design flaw. So I am genuinely so sorry to anyone who is excited for this set, to any Minicon lovers. This probably reduces our chances of ever getting any again. Definitely contact customer support, get your money back, get replacement parts, but it's so vindicating to no longer be interested in it. It's beautiful when an expensive figure like this has me on the fence, and then it does something to just flick me right off the fence. It feels good to not give them my money. I've not seen anyone talk about this, but it's high-key one of the things I'm most excited for. So, you know, Dr. Wu's been doing like Micromasters scale regular stuff for a while, but they're finally going into doing the actual Micromasters. Also, wonderful that it's not just this little thing, that we actually get zoomed in close-up looks at the models. You can see it gives them, looks like double jointed elbows there. I hate to say it, if they do all the Micromasters, I'm getting all the Micromasters. This is exactly what I've wanted for so long, and I have full confidence in Dr. Wu's ability to pull this off. I really hope that these are up to their usual standard of quality. They look great. I mean, they look like everything you could ask for from an updated Micromaster. Basically, just give them elbows and head swivels and knees. I am so excited. I hope they do, at a minimum, complete this team. I would love to have the complete team. I would love to have all the complete teams. I've always loved the G1 Micromaster designs, but it's always been pretty cost prohibitive to get into them. But Dr. Wu's 2-packs like this are usually around like 25 to 35. That is not bad for what you're getting. And this just seems like a no-brainer. Nobody else is doing these Micromasters. This is perfect. Oh, and then here's some fun that unfortunately means I will be giving Pulse some amount of money in the future. They showed off the exact same Onslaught render from before with no new information, so that's Great, cool, thanks. All the same stuff, all the same stuff. But then we get a fresh look at next year's timelines. Starting with Hearts of Steel for timelines, kind of a no-brainer. Aside from Shattered Glass, I think Hearts of Steel is the most like, oh, what if Transformers was slightly different? But the fact that they're taking it in a completely original direction. So we can start with being a little bit of a negative Nancy. Starscream doesn't look amazing. Some people are saying remold slash reuse of the Air Razor mold. I don't think it's that. Like, yes, there is a similar thing going on with the legs. Like, they do the same flipping up to make the hawk feet, but there's like no reused parts here. I mean, definitely there is similar engineering going on, but it's all new stuff. I just hope that the plastic feels more dense than the Hearts of Steel Starscream. It is a shame though that it seems like he keeps getting shafted as far as the timeline sets go. It is a cool concept though. He does at least have ball joint ankles. That's nice. Also very easy to tighten if they're loose out of the box. But the real star of the show here is a pretty sick looking samurai type Optimus. Very cool aesthetically. I love the integration of the kibble as like, the shoulder pads. The head sculpt is amazing. The chest detailing is sick. And he gets a... What is this weapon called? Babe, what's the weapon called?
Naginata.
Thank you. Partner knows this is called a Naginata. Didn't you learn that from K-pop Demon Hunters?
One of them does fight with a Naginata. I know it from Blue Eye Samurai.
Possibly the first Transformer to wield one. But the real cool thing is that he turns into a carriage drawn by a bull. Are you kidding me? This is the coolest thing ever. I love it so much. I cannot express how much I adore this. Like, it's something you would never think of, but yeah, if you put them in feudal Japan, what's the equivalent of a semi-truck carrying a trailer? It's a bull carrying a carriage. It's perfect. It makes me so sad that there are so many talented artists and designers and engineers at Hasbro pouring their heart into these works of art, making this beautiful stuff for us. And then the only way we really can support them is by buying from their terrible overlords. It's such a shame, but I'm definitely getting this. Look at it. Again, Starscream, I like the head. The head is cool. The wings are a little dinky, although he does still get his null rays, which is nice. The feet are way too big. I wish that there had been like more compression. If these can fold in further and then you just use these, that might look a little better. Also, the art continues to be absolutely stunning. Look at these boxes. What a treat. I also love that the null rays look like old-timey kind of rifles. Again, Starscream doesn't look bad. He's just so unbelievably overshadowed by this Optimus. I am so excited. And of course, the other big thing that means I'm gonna have to give more money to Pulse. I mean, he's perfect. He is exactly what I wanted. There is nothing I would change. I even would have been fine with the regular head, so the fact that they went to the trouble of crafting a more comic accurate one, gorgeous. The fact that they put Megatron's battle damage on his arm. It's my favorite mold of Optimus Prime used as my favorite version of Optimus Prime. It's perfect. Literally the only thing I could ask for is that maybe there's a way to shift this up to the top, because he does that for a couple panels. Like maybe if there's a hole where the top of this can plug in. I understand if they couldn't engineer that, it would be a little bit of a bummer, but no, this is perfect. I have already pre-ordered it. Hold on, did they compress the legs for Starscream anymore? I'm assuming there's no wheels on the bottom of the bull feet, which makes sense, but it would have been nice to be able to just roll it back and forth. I'm so excited for this. Yeah, and this does look a lot like Air Razor. I think it is similar to Air Razor in the same way that Age of Extinction Lockdown is similar to Dark of the Moon Crosshairs, was it? Roadbuster? It's whoever the green one was, where it's like effectively the same engineering but with different parts slapped on and a completely different shell, you know? And I can't wait to see what they do with Bumblebee and Megatron. I have no idea what to expect now, and that's exciting. I'm so glad that we're not just going to be doing predictable stuff. This is exactly what I want out of Transformers. Oh, and he has little boosters on the back. I love that. I think I'll warm up to Starscream. As long as there's no soft plastic on him like there was for the Hearts of Steel one, I think I could be fond of this. Another day, even more Kang toys. This is the one that their masterpiece version had like 4 arms, right? Does this still have the 4 arms feature? Yeah, because that... Oh, so he doesn't even get the big ball. So they're completely redesigning them from the ground up for the generation scale, it looks like. Now that I have a Kang Toys figure, I got the Blackanadai finally. I'm fond of it. I like the look of it, but I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze necessarily. Plastic's a little bit on the lighter end. The engineering kind of gets in its own way. It is an incredible looking figure, but not necessarily the most fun to play with. So as much as this does look great, I don't think I'm gonna be getting any of these. Oh yeah, and pre-orders are up for Thundercracker and Windcharger. Why does his face look like that? Is there something wrong with him? It looks like badly photoshopped on. What did they do to him? What did they do to my boy? God, he looks so good. I'm buying all of the Seekers, every single one of them. And Wind Charger is very out of focus. It's kind of hard to, maybe it's just the plastic. I can't like lock my eyes into his face. I think this light gray plastic is just very bad at being focused on. It's so soapy. I don't mind though. It's like, that's what he looks like. Seems like he's going to be a solid mini bot. The proportions look less funky the more in-hand images we see. Like this does not look as weird as it looked initially in the renders. If you want to waste $90. And then do we get some more images of him? Of course, he's got to do the pose. No, basically all the same stuff. Yeah, this was the last thing for today. And it's basically just he's in the pose and they show 100 different angles of the exact same thing. It looks like there's a little hollow space in the fusion cannon there, which again leaves me hopeful that there's a way to pivot it up on top. But then again, I feel like if there was a way to pivot it onto the top, they would have shown it already. I did already pre-order this. It is going to be $80, which is unfortunate because you would hope that the trailer for 86 Prime at least made up like $20, $25 of the price point. But then, you know, you factor in the exclusive charge. There are new pieces on this. And also the fact that it is like the best Optimus Prime ever. I am okay paying that price for it. I was okay with what I paid for the original 86 Optimus. Like, I can't complain. I'm content with that. I understand people who are upset about it, but me personally, I think it's okay. So yeah, a lot to look forward to for next year. Hopefully there aren't too many good Pulse exclusives. I would really love to never pay them directly again. And look forward to that Omega Prime video. The more I think about it, the more I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it. Because I'm so angry. RID is one of my favorite Transformers shows. It's one of my favorite shows, period. I love Fire Convoy, and it has made me detest that figure. Even if it's good, I don't care anymore. And I've got quite a story to tell, so stick around for that. They did the mash. It was a monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. There are more words. I don't know any of them, but it is Halloween time, and I'm gonna